All right, this is a wonderful exercise. This is about freeing the middle of your back. Exercise is going to help you integrate your upper back with your lower back, as well as your shoulders and your neck, and into a fuller, more efficient posture. This could benefit those people that have stiffness or pain, usually in their low back. So what I'd like you to do is go ahead and sit real comfortable, nice and tall on your chair, with your feet flat on the floor. Place your hands on your left shoulder, your right hand on your left shoulder, and allow your elbow to hang up against your chest. And then take your left arm and cross it underneath your chest, underneath your right arm, with your left hand holding onto your right shoulder. Perfect. And again, everything's nice and relaxed. Keep your hands on your shoulders and lift your elbows straight up and point them forward. Then bring them back down to rest against your chest. Good. And we're going to find where your breathing becomes easier. So it may be inhale to prepare, and then exhale and sending those elbows straight up, holding your shoulders nice, and then bring it down. And do this several times, and each time allow your elbows to go a little bit higher. And as you go higher, try to get those elbows to point up to the ceiling. So your head is actually going to rock forward, walk backward as well. And take your head looking up and down as you bring those elbows forward and up. Good. And one more time. And just notice the movement in your upper back and in your middle back, and even as well as your lower back. And this last time that you do this, I want you to notice if you notice that pelvis moving as well. So as you rotate, you'll notice the pelvis gently moves forward to actually help with that motion. And that's a natural movement pattern, and we want to encourage that to happen. Okay, go ahead and rest your hands on your thighs. And now we're going to do the opposite. So we're going to have the crossover opposite on the arms. So we had right arm underneath, we're going to have right arm above, or vice versa. If we had it. Oh, there you go. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing again. So inhale to prepare, exhale, bringing those arms up, and then drop down. And again, as you come up, go ahead and lift those elbows up to a little higher, and just notice the pelvis also rotating a little bit. And if it's not, you can encourage it to get involved in this motion. There you go. And the idea is to very successfully and easily, with no pain, be able to get those elbows to reach up towards the ceiling. And as you do that, your pelvis will get a little bit more involved. That's it. And last time, inhale and exhale. Good. And relax the tops of the shoulders as you do that. Wonderful. All right, good job. And go ahead and drop your shoulders, your hands down. Good. Now we're going to cross over as just we did in step one, and raise your elbow and point directly in front of you. And now turn your elbow to the left as if pointing to something on the left side. There you go. And rotate around. And come back to center. And again, rotating around. Good. And come back to center. And your head can go along with the rotation as you go around. Good. And coming back. And just notice how your hips are also playing into this movement pattern too. Your right leg is going to the knee is going to come forward, and that's driven by the pelvis on the right side. Just encourage that motion to happen as well. Good. And go ahead and take a break and come back in. And now we can keep the arms in the same place and move over to the other side. So we're going to rotate to the right. And just, again, you're going to notice the opposing knee, which is the left one now, extending itself a little bit more beyond than the right knee. And that's coming from the pelvis as the rotation happens. And this is the integration that we were talking about earlier of the mid-back and the low back, and as well as the neck. Good. And one more time. Good. And go ahead and drop those arms and relax. And this exercise can be done with the opposing arms. So if we had our left on top and right tucked under, we're going to do the opposite. So we'll have the left on top and the right on, and we'll do the same exercise movement pattern. Nice and easy. And just remember, all these exercises need to be done nice and easy. And again, no pain with any movement. Only go as far as you can where it's comfortable. The idea is to do it in comfort, and we're re-educating the body how to move much more efficiently. Good job. And relax right there. Drop your arms down, reset everything, and then we'll take it over to the other side. So take your arms back into the same position, good, and then extend over to the right side. And just notice that left knee is moving forward again. Good. Nice movement pattern. And again, we're going to keep the shoulders down as much as possible. We're going to try to lift those up. We're going to keep them down. Shoulder blades back and down as you do that movement. Beautiful. And go ahead and relax right there. All right. And go ahead and what you'll do is you'll resettle into finding out where your body is, and then reposition your legs and your feet so that they're standing feet and you're comfortable. The last exercise is the arc. We're going to go back to the same position, or we're going to overlap the arms. So left, right. Okay, we're going to go left over right. And this time you're going to take your elbow and come up and reach up and around. Good. And then come swing down and then open up to the other side. The head will go along with the movement pattern. So go ahead and take the head along for the ride. That's it. Inhale and exhale, a nice rotation. And again, notice where your pelvis is while you're doing this motion. And notice how there is a little bit of shifting on that pelvis as well. And just encourage that, and that's okay if it's happening. If it's not, perhaps you have a little bit of a stiffness in your low back, and eventually that'll start getting to be a little bit more involved. And that will allow your mid-back and your neck to have better movement. Now go ahead and bring it to the middle, drop your arms down, keep them right there. We're gonna switch hand position. There you go. And we'll do the same thing. This time, go ahead and keep your head facing forward as you rotate. That's it. And we're going into the arc. Wonderful. And drop down, inhale and exhale, and still looking forward. This twisting action is something that we don't get in our everyday life. And we actually need it to move more efficiently straight forward and backwards. So creating a little bit more space around in that mid-back. Wonderful. And now come back to the middle. And go ahead and place your arms down to your side and just recheck in and see how you feel. We're going to reevaluate. We're going to intercross the arms around, and we're going to come up and extend back behind and going into that back arc, and see if there's a change from the very beginning, and extend back. Nice change. Good. And you'll notice within the next one that the pelvis is moving a little bit more. It's rotating forward as it goes back. And that's a nice move. And last time, inhale and exhale and drop down. Excellent. Again, no pain with each movement. All right. And that is freeing your mid-back. Thank you very much.